Hello, everybody. I'm really excited to share about vendor and pop-up events. It's one of the things that I've done probably most of my career and have been really successful at getting a lot of leads. Now, I'm not saying that when we're out and about, we shouldn't be having charcoal mask samples and having our Mary Kay t-shirt on and getting branded and things like that. But I think the great thing about having a vendor event, a pop-up event, a farmer's market, all the things we're going to talk about is that you have a lot of leads. But I want to make sure that your event looks so amazing though. When people walk by, they're like, what is this? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to stop and talk to you. So what I'm going to do on this video right now is share with you a couple places to find them and how they should really look, because I want you to have such a professional, successful event that it's not just about getting the booking, but it's also adding team members and just having an amazing experience. So let's get started with a couple things. You can either Google or go to the Facebook bar to find out vendor events in your area or a city near you or any location. And let me just go to Facebook because I think it's sometimes a little bit easier to share with you exactly what I am. And I do hope you are all taking down lots of notes right now. Okay, so let me see if I can't find this really quickly right here. So let me just share on the Facebook. Okay, so let's go to Facebook first. Okay, so this is where you can look up things. So you can go to Google or wherever, but let me just put this up here. So if you type in the search bar, do you all see the search bar up there? In the search bar up here, I'm going to type in vendor, VENDOR. And you're going to see vendor events and pop-ups near DFW. I list Sonora vendors and Shine, DFW weddings, so pop-up and vendor events. You guys, there are so many. So you put vendor or pop-ups in your city. You could put Sacramento. And there you go. So vendor Sacramento. And then all the different things will show up and they'll pop up. So these how you can find them. Now, I want you to think through what your goal is here and your clientele, okay? So always remember your business pop-up and vendor events are going to have business women. Sometimes a really fun one to do is where there's a lot of moms that bring their kids to things. Either way, I want your vendor event to look really, really great. So there's a couple things that you're going to need. Registration slips. It can either be a survey form or registration slips. A lot of these are on my website. You can do that, but you need something for them to register with. Let's go through some visuals of what it should look like and some different things. But let's just talk about props in general. I love color. Like you see the lip gloss above me here. I love pop of color. What we don't want to look like when we're doing a vendor event is, if I can say, a flea market. We don't want to have all of our products out there. We don't want to have all that out there. We want to look really pop of color, fashion driven, and all those things. So here's some things that you can do. Go to Amazon and ask for photo booth pics. Now, if you're doing a wedding fair, that's easy. Just do photo booth pics for weddings. And these are all the cute little things, and I'll show you in the pictures here, you can put in a vendor pop-up stand, or it could be suns for sunscreen if you're doing a skin cancer awareness booth or something like that. The other things I do is purchase the pages for your consultant's guide. This the flip chart. These are pages from the flip chart. And what I like about them is I use a lot of them. How about this? How do you feel? Now you can see the little holes up here. I cut this off, and I use a lot of these. Not so much that one, but rejuvenate, refresh. Here is just one on this. I use a lot of these at my pop-up vendor events because I love the graphics of them and they're very professional. You might want to just, if you're just doing brides or color, you might want to just do this. So I do use these pages a lot, and they're not very expensive to just buy a set of pages. And those are the flip chart pages. Now, many times I'm doing a quinceañera event. And so I bought the Spanish ones too, so that again, I have the pop of color, the cute graphics, all the great things that go with this and everything else as far as in a different language. So that's something that you can do also with Amazon. Look for those types of things because you want it really super cute. The other thing you want to do is get empty boxes or tubs so that here's your 6-foot table or 8-foot. And you have a box here and a box here. You're going to tier your products or tier your display. So it's not just on a table with products sitting there, okay? And again, I'm going to show you pictures with that. Now, there's two things. You have a lot of people. At all of our vendor events these last couple of years, we chose to have a starter bag on display with fun tissue coming out of it. And everybody who filled out a registration strip for the drawing, we had these. These are the little bags that you can buy on section 2. And inside there, we had marketing information folded up in here and put in the bag with a charcoal mask sample, if you want to add an extra sample, so that they were leaving not only with a sample, but information about this amazing company. It gives you an opportunity. You never know where your flyers are going to end up, okay? And of course, you could throw a business card in there, but you've also got their name and phone number too. So those are some things you could do. So let's go on to some visuals, okay? Let's see what your pop-up vendor event should look like, okay? And I'm really, I don't know what the word is. I really want you to have a really great vendor event. So I really want to make sure that you're seeing all the amazing graphics with this, okay? So first off, brand yourself. Branding is really important. Everybody should look the same. This is one of our European ones. We all have Mary Kay aprons. You see the bags we have there? They're in our hands. They have samples in it and Mary Kay team building information. But we are all branded. So can I just say that you all need to wear the same Mary Kay t-shirt, or you all wear black, or you all wear beauty coats, because it looks branded. If you walk into a department store, you're going to see Estee Lauder. They have smocks. You're going to see Clinique. They have smocks. So look branded, super important. Here's one of this is the European starter bag. Sorry, it's a beautiful bag, but you can see we had tissue paper out of it. We have information about the company on it also too. So we do that also too there. I'm going to go through the different ones. This is one we did with one of my Latina girls. And we just look at the flowers and the colors. So we bought these envelopes on Amazon. We stuck some product in there. You'll notice we have fragrance on here. So the reason I have fragrance on here, because Latina market is really big on fragrance. We had 2 men's and 2 women's, and as they walked by, I would say, would you mind if you help me with a research project? Would you put a little bit of this on you and walk around here before you go out of the park today, or wherever the vendor event is? Before you leave today, will you come back and let us know what you thought of the fragrance? Well, men, we Citlali had so many men wanting men's cologne. It wasn't even funny. But as you see here, you can see these are pictures from the flip chart book. A lot of this stuff is just a lot of color, and not a lot of product. Let me go to this one here. This one we did, and I really want to enlarge this because I really want you to see this one particularly. This is a wedding one. Now, I do have a bridal brochure that we created. Mary Kay used to have it, and so they took it out and I asked for it back. Now, if you don't have banners, we're going to talk about that. But what I want you to look at is this is a bridal event, okay? And in here, you see the photo booth pics. You're going to see them all over the place. You see a ring. You see this. This is all from the photo booth pics. This is the starter bag up here. You see the starter bag? It has tissue in it. It has guests in the jar. I always play guests in the jar. We'll talk about that. But guests in the jar is a really fun game today. I have registration slips for brides on just a bridal registration. It's easy to do. It's on my website. But see, these are all photo booth pics. We have fresh flowers. If you're doing brides, you see the product is tiered. We have an extra table up high. We have one box here upside down. This is a typical bridal one. We do have one skincare set that's just out there. It's out of the box. But look at that. We have lip glosses and gold beads there. We have a lot of beads, and we have different brush sets and things like that standing up. Here's another bridal one we did. That's our bridal registration there. This is an older one this is from Europe. This is pop of color. Notice the color, lots of color, you guys, lots of color. This one here is a presentation board. I do want to spend a minute on that in just a second, but here again, pop of color, fragrances, beads, glass beads. You can see all over here. Not a bunch of product. We don't want to look like a flea market, okay? So you just want to attract a lot of attention. All right, so if you don't have banners, I get that. This is a presentation board. I want to explain a presentation board. You go down to Staples or Office Depot, you get a presentation board. These are like from Science Project for your kids. They fold, close, open and close. You need a backdrop. This is an older one we did. I'll show you one we did, another one. But what you do on one panel is you talk about, it just fits. And the Mary Kay opportunity. In the center, you might have product facts, product information. You could do all kinds of stuff. And then you could have some before and after photos. You guys can reuse these. This is just a standard basic one. I am going to share the one that we did at Farmers Market. Now, we do skin cancer awareness booths a lot. And let me share that one with you also too, because that is a really great thing to do. So the great thing about farmers market is we're not there to sell. By the way, we're not there to sell really any of these. We're really there to capture names and phone numbers, which we'll talk about. But the farmers markets are really great because they usually let us in for no cost whatsoever. We're there in the morning and we leave. We're there for skin cancer awareness. So we have bought on section 2 the breast cancer self-examination hanging shower tags, and you guys can get those in section 2 super cheap. We get the cancer bracelets on Amazon to give out. Let me just show you real quickly the video on that. And that way you guys can see and hear a little bit more on this. I'm going to put this so that you can hear a little bit about this, and hopefully I'll enlarge this too so that you can hear this. Okay, are you ready? This is our skin cancer awareness booth presentation board.
Okay, so I have not done a presentation board in like a hot second. But I think for skin cancer awareness, what I did is I ordered these up here. These are like photo booth pics. And I did photo booth pics for sun, and this is what came. I think a lot of them are super cute. I didn't use them all, but I used a lot of them. And then the stuff I got was on Amazon. I found stuff on Amazon. I found some of the American Cancer Society. I had to print it out in black and white or color. I found that on Amazon also too. And I found this is a quiz that I'm going to take with me to the skin cancer awareness booth. Then I found these. You get 72 of these, which are those little bracelets you can give out for $6.99. So that this would be kind of fun to give out. So even though, you know, this is because back in the day we didn't have banners, this is what we did. So I don't think it looks too bad. It's better than nothing, right?
Okay, so that gives you an idea of how that looks also too. And that's for skin cancer awareness. But if you notice at every event we do, we have the samples, okay, and we have the bags. Now, the huge goal of this is not to stand behind it, to stand on the sides and talk to people as they're going by. So there's a couple ways. Some of you want to do spin the wheel. And if you do spin the wheel, you can buy one on Amazon super cheap where they spin the wheel. And most of my success has become from putting on the wheel. All of them have $25 on them, except for 2 have 30, 1 has 40, 1 has 50. Completely up to you how you want to do this. They spin the wheel. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Fill out this registration slip here, or I have them fill out the registration slip ahead of time, spin the wheel. You have $25 worth of skincare credit coming to you. I always say skincare credit coming to you. I'll make sure that I give you a call and let you know what all this is about. I'm super excited for you. And so they don't even know what they want sometimes. Okay. And so I hand them a little bag. I said, here's some samples. I'll give you a call and we'll get you, we'll get you booked in. Let me look at my schedule and I can see where I can put you in, but I always give them this, and there's Mary Kay information in there. There are samples in there. If you're doing a skin cancer awareness, there's sunscreen sample in there, or you have information, or you give them something. You always give them something, but you always capture their name. Now, I will tell you, when they walk by, I have their name on the back on the clipboard. I flip it over to remind myself, because sometimes I've done events where I have 200 leads and I don't remember who like Super Sharp has a husband, came with a brand new puppy dog. So I'm like, oh yeah, I remember her. So that is something that I do, is I always put notes on the back. The other thing that you can do also too is take a picture of yourself behind the booth, so that when you send a text out saying, congratulations, you're one of our winners. It was so great to meet you. Congratulations, Susan, you are one of our winners. It was so great to meet you on Saturday. She sees the picture, she sees the booth, she remembers. Okay, so that recognition is also great. If I don't do spin the wheel, then what I do, I play guess in the jar. You saw the candy in the jar here. That's a really fun thing to do also at a bridal event, I say, because people come with the brides. Let me see if I can find the guess in the jar here for you, and you can see the jar. We did a product jar there. Here's the guess in the jar. You see the candy hearts that are in there. So we did guess in the jar. So we walk by and we say, who's the bride? I'm the bride. I said, great. And can you see these little bags back here? They're already pre-made with Mary Kay information in it and samples. So we have them already made. All right. Say, great, you're the bride. All right. So here's what you do. You guess how many candies are in this jar. And then we're going to put the information on the top of your registration here. And we're giving away 20 beauty experiences with $50 in free product credit. or $50 in free product, whichever way you want to say it, for the top 20 who guess the closest. Okay. So we're giving away 20 pampering packages. We're giving away 20 beauty experiences. I say that instead of parties. We have 20 beauty experiences that our company is letting us have. They're $50 each. You are one of them. I will give you a call and you just chit chat. Okay. But I do a lot of guests in the jar. I like guests in the jar because you can let them know that they're a winner. That's always a great thing to do. And I'm not going to go through how to text and to do all that. There's a lot of different ways of following up, but remember, your voice is powerful. So I always teach my consultants and my sales directors that you want to make sure that you get them on the phone. Congratulations, you were a winner. Congratulations, Susan, you were one of our 20 who guessed the most candies in the jar. Again, your picture is there to have her remember, who are you? Like, did I remember you? Because there's a lot of scams out there today. So that's what you want to do on that. When you pay guests in the jar, say, you have $50 in free product come to you. I will give you a call in the next 48 hours. Let me know if AM or PM is best for you. So don't make a long text explaining everything. Get them on the phone. Hey, Susan, it's Janice on with Mary Kay. I'm so excited for you. You have $50 in free product coming to you. Let me tell you how this works. This is a promotion from our company. It ends on September 30th. Always go about 30 days out. And if you grab 4 girlfriends beside yourself, so you might think of maybe some bridesmaids, or it can just be your family and friends, maybe part of your wedding party, whatever you all want to do. But you want to make sure that you talk to your sales director or me or somebody who's done a lot of these and get a proper text. Remember not to text out a book, okay? But I think the most important thing that I can share with you from today is make it look great, brand yourself, have registration slips. Go onto my website if you want, thegratitudearea.pink, and go look at the pictures again if you need to. Remind yourself of what they need to look like. But you want pop of color. You want glass beads. You want lip glosses, those kinds of things, or fragrance. Do not stick all your inventory out there. This is not a flea market. Your number one goal is to get as many names and phone numbers as you possibly can for future bookings and future team members, okay? I hope this helped. I just want to see you guys have an amazing event. That is super important. If you don't keep giving out samples just to give out samples, get the names and phone numbers, okay? I hope this helped everybody. Please make sure you maybe watch this again or pause it and look at all the different, pictures on the graphics on this so that you can have an amazing event. You're going to need a 6-foot table. You're going to need about 2 or 3 black tablecloths also too. So make sure you put it all together and it looks super amazing, okay? All right, everybody. Thank you.